My name is Jennifer, and this is the story of my life. I was born in a small, picturesque town called Maplewood, where the streets were lined with majestic maple trees that turned brilliant shades of red and gold in the fall. My family lived in a cozy two-story house on Elm Street. My dad, Tom, was a hard-working mechanic who owned a small auto repair shop, and my mom, Linda, was a dedicated teacher at the local elementary school. I was the youngest of 3 siblings, with 2 older brothers, Mike and James. We were a close-knit family, always looking out for each other and sharing countless memorable moments. Childhood was a time of pure joy and discovery for me. I remember the long summer days spent playing in our backyard, building forts with my brothers, and riding my bike down the quiet streets of our neighborhood. My best friend back then was Sarah, who lived just a few houses down. Sarah and I were inseparable. We would spend hours playing dress-up, having tea parties, and sharing our dreams about the future. Our imaginations knew no bounds, and we believed that one day we would both become famous actresses living in grand mansions. School was a significant part of my life. I was an eager student, always curious and ready to learn. I loved reading, and my favorite place was the library. There I discovered a whole new world through books. My first real crush was on a boy named Daniel in my class. He had the brightest blue eyes and the kindest smile. One day during recess we were playing a game of tag and he kissed me on the cheek. It was my first kiss, and I remember blushing for the rest of the day, feeling like I was floating on air. As I grew older, life became more complicated. Middle school was a challenging time. I faced bullying from a group of girls who found joy in making others feel small. They made fun of my clothes, my hair, and even the way I spoke. It was a difficult period, but I found solace in my friendships. Sarah and I grew closer, and we made a new friend, Emma, who had just moved to our town. Together, we formed a bond that helped us navigate the turbulent waters of adolescence. High school brought its own set of challenges and triumphs. I continued to excel academically, and I joined the school's drama club, discovering a passion for acting. Performing on stage was exhilarating, and it gave me a sense of confidence I had never felt before. I also experienced my first heartbreak. Daniel, who I had maintained a close friendship with over the years, started dating one of the popular girls, Lily. It hurt to see them together, but it taught me about the complexities of relationships and the importance of self-worth. In high school, I also faced family troubles. My parents started having serious arguments, and the once warm and loving atmosphere of our home became tense and uncomfortable. My brothers were my rock during this time, always there to support me. I spent a lot of time at Sarah's house, where her family welcomed me with open arms. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, became like second parents to me, offering guidance and a safe space to escape the turmoil at home. After graduating from high school, I decided to move to the city for college. I was accepted into a prestigious university, and it was an exciting new chapter in my life. College was a whirlwind of new experiences, challenges, and growth. I studied English literature, diving deep into the world of poetry and classic novels. I made new friends, including my roommate, Laura, who quickly became like a sister to me. Laura was an art major with a vibrant personality and an infectious zest for life. We spent countless nights talking about our dreams and fears, supporting each other through the ups and downs of college life. During my college years, I met Jake, who would become my first serious boyfriend. Jake was charming, funny, and supportive. We shared a lot of common interests, and our relationship blossomed quickly. We enjoyed exploring the city together, visiting museums, trying out new restaurants, and attending concerts. However, like many first loves, it wasn't meant to last. We faced numerous ups and downs, and eventually, we realized we wanted different things in life. Our breakup was painful, but it was a necessary step in my journey towards self-discovery. It taught me the importance of knowing what I want and not settling for less. After college, I moved back to Maplewood for a while, where I reconnected with old friends and spent time with my family. My parents had separated by then, and my mom moved to a small apartment in town. My dad stayed in the house on Elm Street. It was a difficult adjustment, but we all managed to find a new sense of normalcy. I started working as a writer for a local magazine, which allowed me to pursue my passion for storytelling. I loved my job, and it gave me a sense of purpose and fulfillment. My daily routine involved waking up early, going for a jog through the serene streets of Maplewood, and then heading to the office. I enjoyed the creative process and the opportunity to share stories with the world. However, not everything was smooth sailing. I encountered toxic friendships along the way. One of my colleagues, Lisa, seemed friendly at first, but she turned out to be manipulative and backstabbing. She would spread rumors and create unnecessary drama in the workplace. It took me a while to distance myself from her, but it was a valuable lesson in recognizing and avoiding toxic people. I learned the importance of surrounding myself with positive influences and standing up for myself. My love life also had its share of ups and downs. I dated a few men, but none of the relationships seemed to stick. I began to focus more on myself, my career, and my personal growth. It was during this time that I met Alex at a friend's party. He was different from anyone I had ever met. Kind, patient, and genuinely interested in getting to know me, Alex and I started dating, and our relationship grew steadily over time. We bonded over our love for hiking, cooking, and exploring new places. Alex introduced me to new experiences and helped me step out of my comfort zone. Alex and I spent our days exploring new places, trying out new hobbies, and supporting each other's dreams. He was a software engineer, and I loved hearing about his projects and ideas. We eventually moved in together, and our home became a haven of love and laughter. We adopted a rescue dog named Max, who brought immense joy and energy into our lives. Max became our constant companion, joining us on hikes and cuddling with us on lazy Sunday mornings. Our life together was not without challenges. We faced financial struggles, career uncertainties, and the pressures of balancing work and personal life. However, our love and commitment to each other helped us overcome these obstacles. We learned the importance of communication, compromise, and supporting each other's growth. As I look back on my life, I see a journey filled with joy, pain, growth, and resilience. Each experience, whether good or bad, has shaped me into the person I am today. I continue to write, sharing my stories and connecting with others through my words. Life is an ever-evolving adventure, and I am grateful for every moment of it. Jennifer's daily routine. 6 a.m. Wake up and enjoy a cup of tea while reading a book. 7 a.m. Go for a jog with Max through the scenic trails of Maplewood. 8 a.m. Return home, shower, and have breakfast with Alex. 9 a.m. Head to work at the magazine office. 1 p.m. Lunch break, often spent with colleagues or catching up on personal projects. 2 p.m. Continue working, brainstorming ideas, writing articles, and attending meetings. 6 p.m. Finish work and head home. 7 p.m. Prepare dinner with Alex, trying out new recipes. 8 p.m. Enjoy dinner together, followed by a relaxing evening watching a movie or talking about the day. 10 p.m. Wind down with some light reading or meditation. 11 p.m. Go to bed, feeling grateful for the day and looking forward to tomorrow. This is my life story, filled with love, heartbreak, challenges, and triumphs. Every experience has made me who I am today, and I am excited for what the future holds. Jennifer's journey continued to unfold with new adventures and challenges, each adding another layer to her life story. After moving in with Alex, she embraced the new chapter of her life with enthusiasm. They settled into a comfortable routine, but always sought out new experiences to keep their relationship exciting. One weekend, they decided to take a spontaneous trip to the mountains. It was autumn, and the foliage was a stunning mix of reds, oranges, and yellows. They rented a cozy cabin with a stone fireplace and large windows that offered a breathtaking view of the surrounding forest. During the day, they hiked along trails, marveling at the beauty of nature and sharing stories. At night, they sat by the fire, sipping hot chocolate and dreaming about their future. Back in Maplewood, Jennifer's career was flourishing. Her articles gained popularity, and she started a personal blog where she could share more of her thoughts and experiences. The blog became a platform for her to connect with readers on a deeper level, discussing topics like self-love, overcoming adversity, and finding joy in everyday moments. She received messages from people all over the world, thanking her for her words and sharing their own stories. This connection with her audience gave her a profound sense of purpose. One day, Jennifer received an invitation to speak at a local writers' conference. Public speaking had always been a daunting prospect for her, but she decided to face her fear head-on. She spent weeks preparing her speech, practicing in front of Alex and even Max, who seemed to listen intently. When the day finally arrived, she stood on the stage, her heart pounding. As she began to speak, she felt a wave of calm wash over her. She shared her journey, her struggles, and her triumphs, and the audience responded with warmth and appreciation. It was a transformative experience, boosting her confidence and opening new doors for her career. Meanwhile, Alex's career was also on the rise. He was offered a position at a prestigious tech company in the city, which meant longer hours and more responsibilities. They both knew this change would require adjustments, but they were committed to supporting each other. They made a pact to prioritize their relationship, setting aside time each week for date nights and weekend getaways. Their relationship was put to the test when Alex's work took him overseas for several months. It was the first time they had been apart for such an extended period. They kept in touch through daily video calls and messages, sharing their experiences and staying connected. Jennifer found solace in her writing and her friendships, leaning on Sarah and Emma for support. The separation was challenging, but it strengthened their bond and taught them the value of trust and communication. During Alex's absence, Jennifer decided to take up a new hobby: painting. She enrolled in a local art class, where she met a diverse group of people, each with their own unique stories. The class became a sanctuary for her, a place to express her creativity and find inspiration. Her paintings, often inspired by her memories and dreams, were well received, and she even participated in a local art exhibition. When Alex returned, they celebrated by taking a trip to Europe, exploring the historic streets of Paris, the canals of Venice, and the bustling markets of Barcelona. It was a magical adventure that rekindled their love and deepened their connection. They returned home with a renewed sense of appreciation for each other and the life they were building together. As time went on, Jennifer faced new challenges in her personal life. Her mom was diagnosed with a chronic illness, and Jennifer took on the role of caregiver, balancing her work and personal responsibilities. It was a difficult time, filled with hospital visits, medical appointments, and emotional strain. Through it all, Alex stood by her side, offering unwavering support and love. Her friends also rallied around her, showing the true meaning of friendship. Despite the challenges, Jennifer continued to find joy in small moments. She started a community book club, bringing together people who shared her love for literature. The book club meetings were filled with lively discussions, laughter, and new friendships. It became a cherished part of her routine, a reminder of the power of stories to connect and heal. One summer, Jennifer and Alex decided to start a garden in their backyard. Neither of them had much experience with gardening, but they were excited to learn together. They spent weekends digging, planting, and nurturing their little patch of earth. The garden flourished, yielding an abundance of vegetables, herbs, and flowers. It became a place of solace and joy, where they could escape the stresses of daily life and reconnect with nature. Throughout these experiences, Jennifer's daily routine continued to evolve. Her mornings started with a peaceful meditation session, followed by a healthy breakfast. She made it a point to write in her journal, reflecting on her thoughts and setting intentions for the day. Her work hours were spent writing, researching, and engaging with her readers. Evenings were reserved for quality time with Alex, cooking dinner together, and enjoying their garden. Jennifer also became more involved in her community. She volunteered at a local shelter, helping to organize events and raise awareness for those in need. This work was deeply fulfilling and allowed her to connect with people from all walks of life. She also started mentoring young writers, offering guidance and encouragement to those just starting their creative journeys. As Jennifer navigated the various stages of her life, she never stopped growing and learning. She embraced new opportunities, faced her fears, and found strength in her relationships. Her life was a tapestry of experiences, each thread contributing to the person she had become. Through it all, she remained grateful for the journey, knowing that every challenge and triumph had shaped her into the resilient, compassionate, and passionate woman she was. This is my story, filled with love, heartbreak, challenges, and triumphs. Every experience has made me who I am today, and I am excited for what the future holds.